Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
You're tired.
Good.
Alive.
A little bit.
Tired, good, and alive. Wow. Those are excellent character qualities to have in players. So let us go around the table and introduce ourselves and our characters because we have a new player here. And so let's start with Jason. Who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Jason. Just a person who likes to play D&D. And my character is Kyla. She's an elf, like 5'2", and God, she's got like blondish hair, and she usually ties it back a little bit. Bunch of knives, or daggers actually, all over her, like on belts and stuff. And, you know, just kind of sits there. Doesn't say a lot usually, but tries to keep a reasonable mind.
Okay.
But unlike a lot of her friends.
Players. Yeah. Next up, we have Matt. Welcome, Matt. Who are you and who are you playing?
So, obviously, some people see me around. I'm Deathwatch in the chat. I've obviously played, I did a bit of Fatal 1, where first episode I had a power cut. Second episode, I thought it would be a smart idea to cast Darkness on the Umber Hulk. And I play a bit of 5e and DM some 1e on at home on tabletop. I'm playing a character called Sylvestris Celestius, and who is an elf who's relatively practically worn, wears robes and so on, who's a fighter wizard for the sense of that sense. But you'll see him traveling around either with a slightly shorter quarterstaff that has a short sword obviously in it and twined into it. But in all intents and purposes, he tries to look reasonably as a traveller. Now, from the back, because he's quite tall, 5'4" for an elf, and quite lightly framed, he has with his having longer hair, some may mistake him for a female, but obviously once you're far closer to them, like, you can obviously tell people's appearance.
Okay. Wonderful. First level fighter wizard. Oh god. This thing is breaking on me. It's making weird noises. Sorry. Next up is Nick. Holy shit, stop making noise. Stop. Sorry. I tried to turn my tablet on to read chat and it started streaming the game. This is just disaster. Nick, who are you and
Nick.
What are you doing?
I'm boring. I've been playing Dark Souls and also just going on a Minecraft raiding server and doing nothing but fishing.
Just fishing in Minecraft?
Oh yeah.
That's a thing?
Oh yeah. Minecraft, there's fishing. On servers, there's like this entire thing that adds like more depth to it, where you can actually catch like a random enchanted like armor or something like that. So it's great getting like a leather armor with like a super high enchantment on it, and you're just like, why? That's
interesting. All right.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm playing Doreen, the handsy dog-owning cleric of fear.
Handsy.
Yeah.
What's your dog's name again? Scruffles?
Snuffles.
Cool. And last but not least, we have Connar, who is not here, but he will be here, in theory, in like 10 minutes, but maybe not. So we don't know. So Torque will feature in today's game, maybe. So let's start. You're all in Shenanigans proper, everyone's favorite bar in Berkshire. You are all hanging out and sitting around a table. Let's get some bar music going up. And let's bring us to our Shenanigans page. And let's get the proper level of zoom on it. So here you are in Shenanigans. Where, in particular, are you guys hanging out? Anywhere? Oh.
It was already pinging before you asked the question.
Lovely. Yep. And what are you guys doing? The four of you, because Torque is with you. What are the four of you doing right now?
I think this area back here is probably known as the area that those people sit at by now.
Yep. The once great rock sat there, and now there's just some weird lady covered with hands. And a pair
of elves, apparently. Yeah. A couple of elves and some woman with hands all over her.
And a dog guy.
And a dog.
Yeah,
A
dog
knoll.
guy. And then an actual dog.
Oh.
Is Snuffles out on the table? Is he like on display somewhere?
I mean, Snuffles is just being Snuffles. We're probably sharing a meat pie.
Okay. I didn't know if you like kept Snuffles in your room or tucked in a bag somewhere, or if Snuffles was like actively on the table or on the floor at your feet. I wasn't. How old is Snuffles now?
I've been just generously advancing how old they are. Like, after every session, they like grow a week. But
Yeah.
also, if we spend like a week in game, they grow a week as well.
Sure. So
Like traveling somewhere.
So how big would you say?
17 weeks.
That's 17 weeks from when you got Snuffles, right? And I don't remember how old the dogs were when you got them.
They were like super young, like as young as
Yeah,
they
they were
could
puppies.
be.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
super puppies.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Still,
it's like
still
4
a
months
smallish dog then, but kind of getting bigger.
right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely growing now. Not too much longer. Couple more months. Send them to dog training.
Fantastic. So what are you guys doing while you're sitting around this table here?
Drinking, eating, probably.
Eating and drinking. Yep, that's what people tend to do in a tavern, I suppose.
Yep.
Exactly.
Any particular
Kind of-
conversations
although-
going on? Anything of interest happening?
Yeah. Sylvestrius is sitting there, and he's new to our group, so I'm kind of just looking at him, wondering, like, all right, what's this guy gonna pull out of his hat now?
In Sylvestrius's mindset, he is currently sort of regretting his life, seeing as he's pretty much run out of money. He somehow ended up, well, seeing as he's more of a kind of a background character in his own view, as he, like, some people would say, oh, they're a lover, not a fighter, except Sylvestrius isn't either. He's just someone who can do some bit of herbalism, a bit of baking, and is all round slightly hopeless.
Does that show on his face somehow,
And now,
or is he just like,
It's just like
muttering?
he
this
was so
to himself?
hopeless. He was so hopeless. The wizard created a spell just to have like a billboard effect where the words are just constantly going across on his face.
Oh. Okay.
Just like constantly scrolling hopeless.
That's really sad.
what you probably notice is that he's probably keeping his hands entertained because he does have a gaming set for dice, so you'll probably just see him playing well with that.
Is Sylvestrius a gambler, or just a person who likes to play games?
It's a form of entertainment, especially if you're on the road. You can always try to understand your throws and how to try to get the best roll in a game of dice, and just about how you set them up and spin them in the cup and put them down.
Okay, alright. Cool. So you're sitting around this table with Torque by you, when all of a sudden Torque kind of perks up, as does Snuffles. They both kind of pop their heads up and start looking around, and Torque gets up and heads out the back door, while Snuffles kind of just looks around the room for a little while and then starts, as dogs are wont to do.
Torque just went out the back door.
Yep, he just leaves the back door.
Okay.
Should we follow him?
Sure. I think Torque has movement speed 15, so...
Oh, he does.
Quite fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's,
Well-
Torque moving at 15 and then little Doreen.
So you guys
Are you-
do get up and pursue, all of you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All of you?
So let's just
Doreen
sort of feel for forces he's sort of having to sponge off of people at the moment, so he hasn't got much choice in the matter. He doesn't want to get caught with a tab because otherwise he is probably stuffed.
Ah, yeah, that's right. You're a little bit broke. Don't get left with the bar tab when everyone leaves. So the three of you go outside to follow Torque around. You see him already kind of like running down an alleyway, looking left and looking right and kind of looking interesting, and then just like topples over and falls face first in the mud.
Again.
All right, I'll drag him back to the bar.
You guys make your way towards Torque. I should change the music because you're not in the bar anymore. You make your way to Torque, but as you do so, you see that there are a few other people who get to him first to help him up. But as they get to him to help him up, you notice they're slapping a collar around his neck with a chain attached to it.
How many people?
2. It's a pair. One tall guy and one small guy.
All right, well, if I see them, like, trying to chain up Torque, I'm just going to cast Hold Person.
All right, what's the range on Hold Person?
Oh, God, you're going to make me look up stuff. Okay.
I will.
No.
Very accurate here with distances and measures
120
and times.
yards.
Oh, shit, really?
120 yards, Neal.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of long.
Jesus.
Super long. Yeah.
Are you sure you got the right Hold Person spell? 120 yards. Yeah, that's the cleric version. Yep. Okay. They're both 120 yards. Lovely. All right, so you cast Hold Person. Please roll us that d4 to see how many people you can affect.
Hold on. Come on. Hey.
Perfect. And they'll get saving throws at -1, is it? No? Minus nothing?
Yeah, I think so. And then -2. If only 2 persons are being expelled, each has a saving roll -1 penalty. If only one, it's a minus. If only one person is being cast at, it's a -2.
Okay. One of the person freezes in mid-action, attaching the chain to Torque's collar, and just stops. The other one kind of shakes his head a little bit and then starts to shake his friend, who then just topples over in the mud, looks up and sees the 3 of you barreling towards him, and just takes off on foot the other way, quickly darting between 2 buildings and vanishing into the town. But one of them is still frozen and held.
I'm gonna walk over to Torque and just kind of see how he looks. If there's like a dart in him or something.
Torque is unconscious. He's sleeping.
But there's no physical.
I mean, he's a big knoll. You can roll him over. It'll take a few minutes to search his body, but you find nothing of no darts, no puncture wounds, no physical signs of damage. But it'll take you a little while to search him.
Have they locked a collar on him yet?
Yes, they had already attached a metal collar and a chain to it.
All right, I start tying up the held dude.
Sure. You begin to tie them up. Sylvestrius, what are you doing during all of this?
Well, as he's reasonably perceptive, I think his eyes will be darting around because he's reasonably nervous. Well, as an elf is with certain sword types, he does know a bit about melee combat. He prefers obviously observing his environment, so he'll be observing the environment and also looking at the person in particular they got a hold of. Do they have other neck locks on them, or just one?
No, you don't see any neck locks on this person. Although you notice the chain with which the chain that is attached to Torque's neck does have like 2. It's like a fork, right? There's like the chain that you would hold, and then one end goes that attaches to Torque, and then partway down the chain there's another part that would branch off. So like conceivably you could walk 2 dogs with this chain, but there's only currently 1 dog man attached to it.
Can I?
Well, we need answers out of this guy.
Okay. Oh, it's locked onto him, right?
I gotta wait until he wakes up.
Is attached to Torque's collar, although it's just like a little clippy chain. You could easily take it off.
Okay.
But the collar is locked on. It's like properly locked.
I can try to pick the lock, but I only have like a 20% chance.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like my lowest thing.
Sure, you can go ahead and try and pick the collar. Do you want to do it right here in this alleyway, or are you gonna?
Well, I mean,
do it
I'm not doing
else?
I'm not doing anything illegal, right? So
That's yeah. There's nothing illegal about taking a collar off of a person who was chained involuntarily.
okay.
How much
What's that?
light do we have here?
Light, tons of light. It's open to the sky, and it's early morning. I don't know why you guys are drinking so early morning, but you are. It's just the way that this game is played.
Should I roll that, or do you?
The lockpick, I totally roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's beyond your capabilities here. Really, it's not so much that it's too good of a lock. It's
right.
actually kind of a crummy lock. And it's so like imprecise and rusted and kind of crummy that like you can't. It provides too much resistance. You just can't do it.
Well, that's not my specialty.
Yeah.
I put my stuff away.
Hiding it.
So
I'm throwing.
once I get this guy tied up, as I'm waiting for him to be unheld, I'm seeing that she can't get the lock open. I'm just gonna try to like rip it off.
You're gonna try and just like bend bars on
assuming
the
it's
collar.
not like assuming it's not like skin tight.
No. You can get your fingers in there. It's tight enough that
Right,
it
you
can't
just
come off, but
pull
not
a-
so tight as to choke him to death.
Right,
So
I'm
what
not
is your
like pulling against him. I'm obviously pulling both parts at the same time.
right? What is your bend bars percentage chance?
Hold on, character sheet. You got to scroll.
Probably ridiculous.
30.
30%. Okay, well, give me a D100. 30 or lower will rip the collar off.
Rolling.
Oh
Hey!
my god. 18 strength characters. All right. You struggle. You flex your muscles. Your clothes begin to tighten against the bulging in your arms, and the veins in your neck begin to pop. Your forehead begins to sweat, and the metal slowly begins to
hands. One of the hands just like flies off like a button off in her.
the buttons start popping. The collar pulls and tightens kind of on the other way, and then snaps, and the lock pops open, and Torque is unconscious but free.
Okay. Cool. And I guess I'll go over to the guy that's tied up and just kind of check his ties and everything, since I have Ropey's proficiency.
Yeah, give me a proficiency check.
It's
I'll also go
plus,
get that hand back.
plus my stat, right? D20 plus my stat.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Okay. Dex.
Nice. All right, good. Well, now you guys, the three of you, have Torque and an unknown tall male in an alleyway.
All right.
Tall male human.
Oh yeah, and he's like aware of all this, right? Because he's just held.
Oh yeah.
Held and watching.
He
waiting.
sees like the little thief go over, try to pick the locks, and this little woman bust open the entire thing. Yep.
Okay.
Slowly,
Make sure-
the spell begins to wear off on this person because it's only 2 rounds per level, and we've done quite a bit here. So
Yeah.
the person slowly starts to begin to move and like starts shaking off the spell, but they are tied up.
Yep.
Yep.
What's going on here? You okay?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What's
anyways,
the question?
Yeah. So I just say to him like, what's going on here?
Just rounding up stray dogs, my lord. Just sorry, milady, Manelf. Just rounding up the dogs.
Yeah. Well, you made a bit of a mistake here. This guy you see here, he's more than just a dog.
Oh,
He's
right.
First of all, he's a good boy.
well, I'm terribly sorry about that. I just, looked like a dog, walked like a dog, smelled like a dog, thought I was a dog. Clearly, though, it's just. I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding. Do give my apologies to the good boy.
Mm-hmm. When is he gonna wake up? You don't know.
Good
When
talk.
Connar gets back.
But sometime soon, hopefully, maybe never. I have no idea.
I kind of like.
All right. Perhaps we should
all right.
bring this incident to the sheriff.
Yeah, sure. Just in case.
Oh, it's
grab
okay.
him by-
I'm one of the dog catchers here in town. Mr. Muscle knows all about me. It's fine.
That's
you can
fine,
just-
but you still
Good.
put a collar on a sentient knoll.
Then you don't need to worry about it, right? And I just grab him by the arms and kind of try to pull him up to his feet.
That sounds very logical. I can't dispute anything you've just said. Okay.
In cartoon fashion, I've been several times now had to drag him behind me and Torque behind me on a log. So I just randomly pull out a log from behind me where there couldn't have been one and just start pulling him towards the sheriff's station.
You produce a log out of seemingly nowhere, put Torque on the log, and then just drag him and take this person in tow towards the sheriff's station. As it comes into view, the person in tow kind of stops and says, it looks like the sheriff is quite busy today. Maybe we can resolve this another way.
I just look at the other two to see what they how they're reacting.
You all like money, right? What if I give this poor good boy here the non-lethal equivalent of blood money to make up for this problem, and all of you a little bit just to as my way of apologizing. Let's say 5 pieces of gold for each of you and 15 for your unconscious friend.
Once again, I just look at the other two. Slightly humor, but if they want the money, that's fine with me. I'm not worried about it.
That's 100 times what the other guy has, but
Sylvestrius will maybe comment that he didn't realise guards or dog catchers were paid that much.
It's family money. I do this out of love for the job, not for the pay. I really like cleaning up the streets, I just got a little over enthusiastic. I'm so sorry.
And this one's off.
Family name.
Excuse me?
Your family name?
no.
My name is Reginald Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my family made their money, in the Quicksilvers.
Well, to the sheriff's.
Okay.
He looks really, really busy, guys.
I just since his arms are, I guess they're tied behind his back or whatever. I just
I guess we're
arm-
close, and we just see him actually doing handstand push-ups in the courtyard.
Yeah, he's actually
Mr. Muscles.
He's not quite in the courtyard, but when you do come around to the office, you see that he has made a sunroof on it. He's removed part of the roof and is laying out on the ground covered in suntan oil in this little rectangle of sunshine that's coming down.
sorry to interrupt, but is this guy here a dog catcher?
Looks over, shakes his head, no.
Wait, okay.
All right, then we seem to have a bit of an issue.
Mr. Muscle gets up, dusts his hands off on his Speedo, and puts them on his hips. What's the issue here?
He seems to have been attempting to enslave our friend here, and I point at the knoll on the being dragged.
He looks over at the knoll, looks over at your prisoner. Was he a captive in war? No. You know that's illegal. All right, well, toss him in jail. You guys saw him do it?
Here's the
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean,
That's good
our
enough for
friend
me.
ran out of the bar. All right, here's the like broken shackle that they tried to put on him.
Well, we can't attach anything with a broken shackle like this. Must be an idiot of a dog catcher. Got it. All right.
broke it.
Well, I guess it's jail time for you, buddy. And they
Okay.
lock him in jail
All right.
after
Cool,
taking
very
all
cool.
of his possessions. And the three of you plus Torque are free to go.
All right, drag him back to the bar on the log.
Yep.
I'll make mention as they're starting to leave that there was a shorter guy about. Was he about my height, 5'4", or?
Yeah, about that.
Oh yeah, there was
human
another
or-
dude.
Human. Yeah, they're all human.
Bit of a description he fit, and then I'll follow the others because I'm gonna sponge off them some more.
Mr. Muscle nods. That sort of nod of someone who's definitely not paying attention to what you're saying, but is like trying to still be in the conversation where they're like, yeah, okay. Got it. Lock him up. Friend, short, got it, yeah, Once fully locked up, Mr. Muscle lies back down on his towel on the wood floor, moves it slightly because the sun has shifted slightly, and gets back into his sun tanning pose. And you guys can head back to Shenanigans.
Yep.
Can I get a perception check from Doreen?
Oh god, what is her perception? Okay. Nope.
Cool. You guys are back in Shenanigans.
Yep.
Torque is
Wait
asleep.
a minute.
Somehow your log disappears. It's away. Maybe the stable boy
Oh
takes it away
no,
or something.
she like
know.
takes it and it just slides behind her back as if there's a portable hole just like behind her back. She just slides it
Should
back.
get you a portable hole so you can just carry a log with you wherever you want. It should just be a
Yeah.
portable log that like shrinks up and then
Right.
expands. Yeah.
It seems to be very useful constantly. So
Well, I guess we just kind of like prop Torque onto a chair and like lean him over the table so he's just laying like a drunk, like a passed out drunk.
I go back to trying to eat a meat pie with Snuffles.
You can't find Snuffles.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Neal.
Yeah, so you look around for Snuffles and Snuffles is gone.
Sure is too bad.
Snuffles. It's missing.
Sure is too bad that Torque is unconscious. He could probably smell his way to your friend.
All right.
Okay,
Back
I
to
just-
the sheriff's station.
I just walk up to Desmond. I'm like, did you see anyone come in here and grab a dog?
I'm sorry, is this a
What?
joke? Is there a punchline coming?
No, did you
A
see
man
someone
walks
in
into a
here?
bar with a dog and
No, he came in, picked it up, and left with it. Did you see it?
are you fucking kidding me? I got so many drinks to serve. This place is so busy. I don't have time to watch your dogs. If you can't keep track of them, that's on you, all right? Now, if you want to pay me a dog watching fee, 1,000 gold sounds reasonable?
I'm like, no, that's fine. I was just wondering if you happened to notice.
Cursed beer, drunk patrons, giants trying to destroy the city. You know, busy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And I just
Seems
yeah.
I've got some torture to get over with.
Torture.
I'm gonna start heading back to the sheriff's station after I inform them where I'm going.
I mean, I guess I follow. I mean,
Still doesn't want to get caught with a tab, just in case they do have a tab.
Still, keep going. All right. You guys head back to
Log produced.
the sheriff's station.
with Torque.
With
Yep.
Are you still dragging Torque on a log?
Yes, I'm bring the log back out once I realize this.
We're not gonna leave him. We're not gonna leave him to be kidnapped again. God damn.
Yeah.
That would have been great. I didn't even consider that as an option. All right, so you guys head back through the busy market, down through the streets of Shenanigans, Berkshire, back to the sheriff's station. You find Mr. Muscle there.
We go.
Yes.
Can we keep an eye out for the little man?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, why don't you all make me a perception check right now, and then I'll use that for whenever the little man might be around you.
I presume it's just
Doreen sees even less now because she's furious.
Is it just a perception stat for this roll?
Yep, full perception stat.
D20 plus your stat. Okay.
Ooh, barely made it. Thank God for 17. All right, so you don't see anyone here, but I'll let you know when you do. You get back to the sheriff's station. Mr. Muscle is there, but you can hear the soft of him having passed out in the sun. It's only been maybe like 5 or 10 minutes since you guys have left, so he's not quite sunburned yet. But you just know if he doesn't wake up, he's going to get badly burned eventually.
Neal,
what's up? You're going to leave him there, aren't you?
I'm totally going to actually like remove with my finger and draw a smiley face. Like remove his suntan oil with my finger so that he like.
Oh, there's no like suntan. He's just gotten like lard from the butcher down the street. There's no sunscreen or anything.
Okay.
He's just like oiled up because he likes being oiled up and glistening all the time.
Okay.
There's no such thing as sunscreen right now. He's gonna just get burned. Yeah.
No, you said something about like suntan oil or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to just like dab off with cloth like a smiley face, so it's gonna like tan differently.
Excellent. The things kids do to each other.
And then I just kind of like take. I guess the keys are probably just sitting around then, right? Like on a wall or something.
Yeah, they're on a hook right there.
I just kind of hold them out to Doreen.
She takes them with one of her many hands.
Yep.
Sure. You take the keys, you head back into the cells, and oh my god, he's missing. It's gone.
Alright, these people are getting killed.
Sylvestrius will wake up the sheriff, but what he will say to him once he wakes him up, if he wakes him up, he will reference the man before and heard him, heard someone shouting and abusing.
Well, yeah, you go to wake up the sheriff, Mr. Muscle, and you give him a good jostle. Another jostle. He's pretty passed out there.
Can I inspect him for any either any small wounds like needle wounds or any herbs, so on that's been applied to him, or?
You can definitely inspect him because just about like 99% of his body is exposed and brightly glistening, so you can see if there was some sort of mark or puncture or something. And I should also mention that he takes very good care to like shave or wax himself constantly. You don't know how this man has become quite so hairless from the head down, but
it would be a close competition between him and Rob's Yeti.
He's got like alopecia level of like hairless body. It's got to be some sort of like gnomish waxing invention to get this going. I'm telling you this because it would be very easy to see if there were a puncture mark on him somewhere, and there's definitely not.
Kyla, can you see if there is magic?
Oh, okay. I'll try. I have a 50% chance to detect magic auras if there are any in my vision field of vision.
All right.
I can't
do you want to roll it? Do you want to roll me a D100?
Sure.
50
why
or
not?
lower. You know what? There is an aura surrounding Mr. Muscle and Torque. Both of them.
God damn it.
Yep, it's magic.
magically slapped.
All right.
Can I
If I go to sleep,
description of those auras and if anything might naturally match my
So-
arcane knowledge?
So my ability just says that I can see magic auras. It doesn't say anything about if I can see different things about them or anything. It just says you can see magic auras within your field of view. So I can't see like through things like the spell can or anything like that. For your information.
Okay, and what was your question again, Sylvestrius? I missed the very beginning of it.
If there was anything that could be told to Sylvestrius, so if he might be able to diagnose if there was a particular spell, if it's within his arcane repertoire.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a spell? We need to get you a digital spell list so I can see what you've got. What spells do you have?
I have read magic, detect magic, magic mist, self find familiar, mending, shocking grasp, and dancing lights.
Okay.
So not sleep.
Yeah, the way that Kyla describes the auras to you doesn't ring a bell for anything. No idea. And
Okay.
Kyla, you've got nothing that you can work from that other than they are magically enchanted in some way.
Yeah. Okay. Like, yep, it's magic.
can one of you slap Torque? See if it'll wake him up.
I'll slap Torque.
Torque does not wake up.
Mr.
Okay.
Muscles, then.
Just to be very clear here, Torque will not wake up no matter what you do until Connar arrives.
Right.
But, yeah,
Okay, so
just so we're all clear that there's a little bit of
yeah. I know.
storytelling getting in the way of mechanics here.
It's fine, yeah.
Can you guys try to wake up Mr. Muscles?
I mean,
slapping?
someone already tried to shake him awake or something, and it didn't. He's magically sleeping, you know? You
Yeah,
can't.
Right, but in sleep, you can wake the person up by just, like, kicking them or slapping them.
Yeah. You can like use an action to jostle them awake, but not for like. And I guess I don't know. I mean, Kyla's probably seen that happen once or twice because there was a guy who put people. There was the yawning old man who would put people to sleep all the time.
That's right.
I don't know if he ever actually put anyone to sleep,
Oh, he
other
did.
than in town.
He put a couple
Alright.
party members to sleep.
No, that's right.
You guys give him a couple of good slaps in the face, and he doesn't wake up. You know, normal sleep spell, someone would be
Yeah.
woken by now, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Mr. Muscle is not.
So yeah, I'm like, okay, well, he's not waking up until that whatever it is wears off, I think.
So Sylvestrius will obviously just roll him out of the sun, just because might as well.
That's very nice of you.
Disturbing the public. But Sylvestrius will mention, do they have any dogs here or anything? We know where the chap's cell was.
Dogs
Like
in
some-
the building?
Like
Yes,
smelling
sure.
dogs.
Have they? Yeah.
Unfortunately, the sheriff in Berkshire is wildly underfunded. None of these civilians have ever passed the tax hike that would be needed to pay for proper sheriff and guards in this town, or guards, tracking dogs, which is why Mr. Muscle is your sheriff, because he's wildly incompetent. You know, he just likes working out and putting people in jail and tanning. He took the job so that he could lie around all day and work out and get paid to do so. So unfortunately, there are no tracking dogs here, no bloodhounds, nothing of that nature.
And are there any other prisoners present?
There is one person we have here. We have a middle-aged man with a big beer belly who, from like a cell over, you can kind of smell the alcohol wafting off of him. You know, looks like the town drunk who is. God, if he still smells like alcohol, he must have either had a lot to drink last night or was jailed this morning for public drunkenness. Neither one of them bodes particularly well.
Wait, I don't even want to talk to this guy, so it's up to you guys.
I mean, Doreen don't care. Doreen is first going to take a vial of perfume and spritz Mr. Muscles, just so he randomly smells like perfume. Then she goes over and starts trying to interrogate this other guy.
You there?
Where'd the dude go? In the other cell.
Which one?
The guy who came in here like less than 10 minutes ago and then apparently left.
There were 2 people that came in here an hour ago and got into that cell.
It was an hour ago?
Do you know what they looked like?
Twins. Same person.
Okay.
But 2 of
okay.
them.
I see. Okay.
Alright, you're gonna be news.
All right.
What? Who have you been talking to? You know, Helga doesn't know anything when she says that. It's just a bunch of crap. I'm totally useful. I can fix a lock. I can fix a broken well. You know, I'm handy. They always say if they can't find you attractive, they should find you handy. And I'm handy.
I'm just
You're
gonna
handy,
spritz
too.
this guy with perfume as well and then leave.
You've got so many hands.
All right. We've just dragged Torque back out of there, and
Once they've like got out of there, Sylvester's like, was there 5'4"? This is such a height. Come through? Twins?
5 feet? No. 2 feet. Each of them had 2 feet. And then their friends, all. There were a lot of them, and they moved around and were loud and banged about, and I think it was 5 or 4 of them. They were hard to count, but they all just had 2 feet. I'm sure of it.
All right.
Probably one of each. You gonna let me out of here?
That's not my job.
Oh, come on, man. Do me a favor. I'll do
Surely
you a
help.
favor if you let me out.
Think of it this way. This is a favor for you. For Helga might kill you for your current state.
You know what?
You're
That's
not
right.
mad.
She'll be mad again. John, it's only 11 in the morning. Why are you drunk again? Yeah, it's because she doesn't know how to loosen up. She's so tight. She just needs to relax, man. She just needs to let it go. Alright, just
As he's drunkenly in a monologuing, I will sneak away.
you hear him continue to talk about Helga for quite some time as you exit the sheriff's station. Mr. Muscle has been rolled into the shade. Torque is on a log, no longer chained up, and Snuffles is missing. And I think with that scene set, we are going to take our first break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes with a little bit more shenanigans. And maybe Torque will wake up, maybe he won't. We'll find out. Bye, guys.